What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today I want to show you a matchup video against Unchained. I'm trying to do this new format where I'll try to explain you guys how to play against specific decks, because I realized that some of you guys have trouble issues beating those decks. But the truth is we have actually really good matchups against every deck. So if we go first, for example, if we go first, usually we should always win. Always. Okay? There is no deck in this format that can beat us with pure engine. Okay? So I'm going to show you now with what boards or how to play against those specific decks. Today we're going to start against Unchained. And Unchained was a matchup at the beginning. I actually struggled to win games going first against that deck, but now I realize that honestly there's no need to. The biggest threat that Unchained has is thrust or tactics, but we are not even going to activate any monster effects. We're just going to chill on our monsters and win, basically. Okay, so here's the board that we want to do. So we want to start. I mean, there's a couple of different boards that we can build. One would be if we start with Moon. Obviously, we are locked into Dark. We cannot summon Baron the Fleur anymore. But if you're not locked into Dark, if we have the option to go into Baron the Fleur in case you're playing Baron the Fleur, then I would also suggest to special summon Baron the Fleur, just in case they have Book of Eclipse, because sometimes they are maining Book of Eclipse. Then you would need also Baron the Fleur, but not 100% necessary. Okay, so summon, and then we're gonna search here Walter and Shamal. Okay, but one thing that I want to say is that against Unchained, me personally, I don't like to summon Dissipator. Why? Because if you're forced to activate hand traps and then they activate tactics to take control over Dissipator, then we are screwed. Okay, so therefore I don't like to summon Dissipator against my opponent. Okay, so we can go here into Nofung for a bigger board. Search again for Shanga and Twin Shadow, obviously. And then we can use these two to go into Borea Storm. Send Shamal to the graveyard. We want to have him for the grind game. And then use him and Nofung to go into the first Assault Dragon. And then I misclicked over here. First, I should have special summoned Shanga and then go into full armor master with Blackwing Dragon before I do Zephyros. Okay, so we got one full armor master, and they're already struggling to out one full armor master. If they have goddess, this is the only way how to out him. Okay, so I decided. Okay, check this out. We're gonna activate Black Feather Word again. Go for another Assault Dragon. Special summon Borea Storm, and now here is what you can do. You can summon a third Assault Dragon, or you can summon another full armor master. Okay, so I'm actually considering to play two full armor masters in this format because they're just so good. People are struggling to out one armor master. Okay, and if we have two, that's just Merry Christmas against almost any deck besides maybe Dragon Link. So check this out. We can summon here Soul Dragon and then set the Twin Shadow, because Silverwind doesn't do anything against Unchained. So what I like to do is summon 3 Soul Dragons and keep the Silverwind. Okay. And now the thing is that you don't want to run into thrust or into tactics. What does that mean? That means that don't activate any monster effects. It's just that simple. Do not activate any monster effects. They are going to burn themselves to death if you have 2 Assault Dragons. The third one is just extra. You don't necessarily need them. But they are going to burn to death. There's nothing that they can do. They will try to pop maybe like your Feather Whirlwind, but then you can one of your monsters somehow maybe, but then you can just protect with Black Feather Whirlwind. Okay, and then if they somehow want to link away one of your soul dragons, I mean, if you have 3, you're winning easily. But let's say somehow they want to link away your soul dragon, then you can use Chinook in your hand or Shanga, and then pop their monster that want to link your monster away, right? But even then, if they somehow have Book of Eclipse against Simoon, right? Just activate the other Twin Shadow. Or you can chill with the 1 full armor monster and then summon the 2nd full armor monster, and there's nothing that they can do against 2 full armor monsters. They will be able to out one with Goddess, but then the second one, they're just gonna surrender. There's nothing, literally nothing that they can do. Okay, so we are just winning. 2 full armor monsters, and then Shamal. With Shamal, we can get like Zuji to our hand for our grind game, and then we can special summon Chinook if you want to. So you got a monster negate now, and we have Shanga in the graveyard, which is a quick effect to pop just in case. So that's one thing. Yeah, I mean, they're just gonna literally lose against Assault Dragons, and you don't want to run into a thrust or tactic. So don't try to activate anything. To be honest, do not activate anything. Just kill on those dragons. You're winning. And in worst case scenario, double armor master is also winning. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. And some I think some are fuck, I can't speak. Some are not even playing Goddess. So if they don't play Goddess at all, 1 armor master is totally enough. So that's pretty awesome, isn't it? And if you're scared against like Book of Eclipse, Evilly, whatever it is, then it's also fine. Summon Baron de Fleur to have an Omni negate. So that should also be enough. But if they go into main phase 2 with Evilly, right? Let's say we got Evilly and we didn't have any protection. Keep your full armor master, Chinook and Shanga, right? And then I would suggest to pop the Link 2 monster on the field, the Yama. You can pop that, and with Chinook, you can negate the Samara. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. The dog type, level 3 or level 4. Yeah, those are the 2 ones that you want to pop and negate. And if you have an Ash, yeah. All right, let's talk about going second. Let's talk about going second and what cards to side against that deck. All right, let's go through some side cards that you can that you can add, not Ash. But yeah, speaking of Ash, the best card that you can side against Unchained is Ash. What I would do is with Ash is either use it on Tour Guide, because you could also use Veiler and Imp on Tour Guide, but if they have another Unchained monster in the hand that has like a quick effect to target a monster and then pop it, they can play around Infinite Impermanence and Veiler with that. But there's no way that they can play around Ash, and usually Ash on Tour Guide is GG most of the times. So I like to Ash, yeah, you can always Ash like the first card, or the other thing that they do is like set the trap card, and then with the forgot his name, hold up, give me a second. I don't know all the names of the Unchained cards. Alright, so for example here, the Sharara is one of the cards that can quick effect target their Tour Guide. For example, if you imperm Tour Guide, they can chain the Shavara and then just play around imperm. So basically your imperm was just dead. Or the Shiyama, sorry, the Shiyama is not a quick effect, so only this one is like the quick effect. And then that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then yeah, if they set the trap card, right? If they set this trap card and then activate from their hand Aruha, for example, then you can Ash the trigger effect of the chamber, because then they're going -2. They only have 3 cards left on their hand, and then sometimes they also just pass on that. So that's what you can definitely Ash. Cards like Droll are just not good against Unchained. Don't ever side in Droll, okay? Never ever. Nibiru is also not that good, to be honest, against that deck. They can really play good around Nibiru and not lose against Nibiru. And therefore, I mean, because they try to go first before they like use all the resources, they will try to go into the Caesar. So therefore, Nibiru is, I would say, as good as evenly matched. Like, it's okay, but they're still gonna have at least 2 interruptions through those 2 cards. Okay, so yeah. The cards that I like though are Lightning Storm and Feather Duster. These are insane. You can always use those to get rid of the back row. Because once the back row is gone, honestly, we don't have any problems anymore. With the back row being gone, we are just fine. We are just fine. Why? Because Caesar and the Link Monster, the Soul Rage, are not a problem for us. First of all, the Soul Rage can only link away a monster that was special summoned. So what that means is if we start with Simoon, we are going to normal summon first twice. And then, yeah, we're going to normal summon twice. And then what we could do is basically special summon Shanga, right? Use Shanga and Zudri to go into like Boreal Storm. And then if they want to activate the Rage, you can just quick effect Shanga and pop it. And then Caesar, you can negate Caesar with Chinook if you want to. So you can search for Chinook and then negate Caesar like that. So basically, those 2 cards on the field alone won't do anything to us. Yeah, I like to really, those are the 3 main cards that I'll definitely have to side against them. And then the Veilers, Imperms, whatever is always good. Like, they might be really, really good, but they could also just do nothing. It's like a 50-50 chance. And then Ghost Match is also like a really good card because once their traps are gone that like pop, or like if they don't have any pops left anymore, and you just set the Gozen and then end phase activate Gozen, they also lose. On a Gozen match, there's not much that they can do to I believe. So Gozen match is also something, especially going first. I would like to side in Gozen match. So yeah, keep that in mind. Book of Eclipse, only thing that does is basically book their Caesar and nothing else. And for me personally, Caesar is not a big issue. So yeah. And then the other good cards are Druidstrom. Because with Druidstrom we can just get rid of Caesar by just going to the battlefield, attack Caesar, and then activate Druidstrom. So that's pretty cool. Or you can just run, in general with Pistols, you can just run over their Link monsters, which is like also really nice. So yes, that's something that I would highly suggest. And yeah, that's basically it. But if you're winning the dice roll, you should just win the game, honestly, because the biggest threats that Unchained might have going second are Frost's tactics, stuff like that. And with double Assault Dragon and full Armor Monster, we're not even going to activate any monster effects. So those cards will be just dead on their hand. So yeah, that's it, guys. This is like Unchained is not as big of a threat as like fuck, I can't speak. But yeah, it's not as big as a threat as we thought it would be. It's not. In general, like this format is really, really nice for us. The biggest threats that we have is maybe, yeah, Pearly. If you don't have the Ultra Pearly, then obviously Pearly is like a big threat. But besides Pearly and maybe like if Labyrinth goes first and they just loop the whole time Deep Barrier, it's also like a pain in the ass. But besides those 2 decks, I don't think there's any deck that is like superior to us. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and let me know what deck you need help with next, and I'll do it. Just like a new format content that I like to do. So yeah, take care, guys. I'm going to the YCS. Woohoo! Let's go.